What's up, guys? And in today's How To Tuesday, we're going to take a look at Windows laptop and how you can actually do a battery report on that laptop using built-in Windows utilities. So we're going to actually pull a report and be able to see what our maximum capacity on our battery should be and an estimate of how long that battery should last us based off of the way we use it. I'm also going to show you how you can do kind of a quick and easy benchmark on your system. So say you have multiple laptops that you want to check the battery life on and do a comparison of them. You can kind of come up with a way to standardize a test for it and use this battery report to actually get hard numbers on how long it took before the computer went down. So I'm Johnny O, and this is my How To Tuesday series, and let's go ahead and dive right into it. So up front here, you can see I've got the battery report pulled up. Gives you some basic information about the device here, and it'll tell you the installed battery, how many batteries there are, what their design capacity is, what its chemistry is lithium ion. So this is 53,407 milliwatt hour, so basically a 53.5 watt hour battery in this. So its design capacity and what its full charge capacity is. I don't get a cycle count here, so I guess that depends on what information the battery is actually sending to the computer as to whether you'll get anything in there or not. And so you'll see it'll show you recent usage. It'll basically show you whether you're on AC or battery power, what the capacity was, and in a percentage, as well as what the milliwatt hours left in the battery was. You can get a chart of drains over the last 3 days. As you can see, this laptop spends a lot of its life on a dock, so it doesn't do a lot of discharging. And down here in the usage history, so this is what we're going to come to later to see how long the battery actually lasted. So it'll give us battery duration and the AC duration, and we can kind of see how long the battery lasted, how long it ran for before it was shut down. This is just capacity history, and battery life estimates is another one that's handy here. So what you can do with this is take a look, and it'll give you a date range and give you what you're estimated at full charge and at design capacity battery life estimates are. So the design capacity would be how much battery or how much power your battery is supposed to be able to hold versus what your full charge is, which is what it's actually charging to. So as your battery ages, it will degrade and you won't be able to get that full design capacity anymore. It's going to start to charge at a lesser amount than that. So you can see here, I have a couple date ranges where my estimate was about 7.5 hours, 6 hours here, and you can see most of them are between 3 and 4 hours on this laptop, which I do use this laptop a lot for. Usually when it's off a dock, it's because I've brought it home and I'm actually using it to do some like video editing for some of my videos for this YouTube channel. So usually what I'll do is I'll edit on this laptop and then I'll send the project over to my desktop and actually render it there. Even sometimes I'll actually render it on my laptop if I don't have my desktop handy. So I'll show you how you can actually run this battery report. So we're going to go ahead and hit that start key to bring up the Windows menu. I'm going to do CMD to pull up the command prompt, and we're going to want to right click that and do a run as administrator. Say yes, and you're going to do power cfg.exe space hyphen battery report and press enter, and that saves the battery report to C Windows System 32 battery-report.html. So you can just open this up with a web browser. I noticed Internet Explorer has issues opening this for whatever reason, so I just open it in Chrome. Firefox should work just as well. But so you can see here, I'm in C Windows System 32, and we go down here, you see battery report.html. And that's actually what I have open right here in Chrome. So again, that's how you get to the actual battery report. To actually run the test that I was talking about in the beginning of this video, what you could do is come up with a method of, say, we would do something that maybe represents a common workload for you. If you do a lot of like Netflix, Netflix and chill or whatever, or whatever you do. If you do like a lot of rendering work and stuff like that, you want to test battery life when it's doing rendering or video editing or something like that, or something that's tasking the CPU, and if it's a laptop with a discrete GPU tasking those items. Come up with like a benchmark, like you can run Heaven on a loop, Heaven or Valley benchmarks on a loop, and then actually just let that run until the laptop dies. Pull up this report, and then you'll actually be able to look at the usage history and just look at the last period that's there, and you'll see how long it ran before it powered down. So you could use, like I just said there, use Heaven or Valley benchmark or any other benchmark that allows you to run it on a loop. To do that as an extreme case of, okay, under a heavy usage, how long is this battery going to last? If you want to do kind of more of a moderate use case, you could run something like YouTube with autoplay turned on and just let that run through YouTube videos in the background until the battery dies. You could do local media files if you want to do, playing off local media, which in theory should use less power than running off the Wi-Fi. Do something like that with the speakers on at 50%, something like that, and that'll probably give you a pretty good idea of just watching movies on it. Or you could just let it sit at idle until it dies if you just want to see how long its idle battery life is. All kinds of different stuff like that. You can kind of look around, come up with your own ideas and different things to do. I believe there's some browser benchmarks that you can run on a loop, and so you could run one of those on a loop to just kind of simulate web browsing and see how long its web browsing battery life would be. Different things like that. So if you guys are interested, I can dive a little bit more in depth into different applications that you can use for each of these scenarios and give you actual examples and show you the report after the fact of what actually happened, how long it lasted, and whatnot. But hopefully that was helpful for you guys. That's basically it for today. Quick and easy how-to Tuesday for you. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see any more detailed information on how to do this. And as always, hit that subscribe button, hit the like if it was helpful for you. Check out the links in the description down below. That'll point you to my Twitter, Patreon, different places like that where you can check me out online. And until next time, guys, it's Johnny O signing off.